Hello everyone, welcome back to Duchess of Success. Hope you're all not too hungover from our victory party. I'm actually still drinking because it's Saturday, strawberry cider and red Australian wine if anybody wanted to know. I was up late into the night on Twitter on Thursday. I honestly think that Harry and Meghan would probably be a little disturbed if they knew how much time we spend online. But honestly, as I've always said, this is bigger than Harry, it's bigger than Meghan. It's about holding a toxic culture and institution accountable for not only what they're doing in the present, but also what they've done in the past. I've always believed that the British press got a slap on the wrist for the phone hacking scandal, and they've always gotten a slap on the wrist for doing and saying the most heinous things because of how in bed they are with British politics and politicians. Most of the claimants in the phone hacking scandal took a settlement, but Prince Harry, along with a few others, are the only ones that are seeing this all the way to the end. So when you see the likes of Piss Moron throwing a tantrum, just know that there is ample evidence against these people and they are running scared. But on to today's video. Diana once said in regards to how Harry and William were raised that they, the firm, will raise the heir and I, the spare. And so it's not too surprising to see how Harry and William have both turned out. I have no doubt that if William had followed Harry's lead, everybody would have escaped the clutches of this evil firm and they would have broken the generational curse and found freedom and peace. But William would rather walk the path of darkness, and it's not going to end well for him. I think we have to remember that for William, his entire life, he has been told that the whole kingdom, the United Kingdom and that of the Commonwealth nations is essentially his. Imagine what that would do to someone's ego. I mean, the girl who stands outside of the nightclub with a clipboard thinks that she's something, especially if that ego has never been put in check and propped up by courtiers who tell him whatever it is that he wants to hear and work to keep his skeletons out of the rose bushes and firmly in the closet. The problem is that the time in which William was being brought up as a young man to think like that and where we are now are vastly different. The likes of the Kardashian sisters are closer to royalty for the common man and woman than the British royals are, especially if you're looking at an international level. The British royals do not hold as much interest globally as they've been used to in the past, and the glamorous mystique died with Diana. Celebrity and Hollywood celebrity in particular hold more value and attention. William's number one problem is that he wants what Harry has and he can't get it. So he essentially wants to destroy it. The problem is destroying Harry and Meghan will not prop up William and his own wife. Harry and Meghan left the country, but people are still more interested and obsessed with them. At the same time, despite being the future ruler of all that is going to be bestowed upon him, Harry actually doesn't want what William is going to inherit. And I think it eats at William even more because the life of a king and ruler is what he was brought up to believe that everyone wants and covets. But this isn't the 1800s, and your average millennial or Gen Z, if you were to ask them, would they rather be king or a top 100 podcaster for Spotify, they'd probably say a podcaster. They would rather be Joe Rogan or Tim Ferriss than Prince William. This is just the truth. William covets what Harry has because he may have a whole court, but there's only so much of that court that William can control. He only really has his wife, kids and courtiers to boss around, while his brother has his own money, career, a beautiful, accomplished wife that everyone, whether they love her or hates her, is obsessed with. Even people who don't necessarily like Kate too much are not obsessed with her. I think that William feels that Meghan in a way robbed him, and his superiority complex had stopped him from taking a deep breath and saying, you know what, I can actually learn a lot from Meghan. He saw her as a disruptor instead of someone he could partner with and build a new vision of the monarchy with, one that could stand the test of time for another 100 generations, because this monarchy right now is standing on very shaky grounds. I do not think that this monarchy is going to survive William's ego and Gen Z's TikToks and memes. And this latest stunt with Jason North just shows that he is not thinking straight. Neither does he have very good advisors. And it comes just not too long after he was blasted about comments he made about Africa, which he still hasn't issued a statement on. Instead, he sent his Karens from the press to double down on what he said. I'm curious what the next move for the Cambridges is going to be. Do they just carry on showing up to press calls that nobody really pays attention to pet goats? How do they explain the fact that they colluded with a palace advisor to destroy Meghan via a tabloid? The only thing they could do is feign innocence and act like they really did think that Jason North was doing something right. But that would still look bad because Meghan never did anything wrong. It was the male on trial, not Meghan. If William is jealous and incandescent and raging now, what on earth is he going to be like once Lily and Archie grow up and start being seen in public more often? Because the longer those children stay hidden, the more the royal rodents, haters, stalkers and gutter press become desperate to see them. They are like wild wolves, starving and salivating to see those kids. They will take all of the attention away from William, all of it, because there is a fascination with the fact that, first of all, they haven't really been seen and that they're biracial. And I think because Lily is a girl, there is a weird patriarchal obsession with, you know, how pretty is she going to be, that nonsense, that I can see a certain group of people entertaining. And not only are they going to steal the attention away from Kate and William, they are going to be pitted against the Cambridge children. And that's not even a choice that they have. That's just what the British tabloid press is going to do. And to make matters worse, Kate and William have lazy staff who don't know how to be innovative, just copy what Harry and Meghan do, and move at a snail's pace with everything. And mind you, everything that they do has to be coordinated with the royal rodent because they have to get exclusive access first. They can't do anything spontaneously, and this just doesn't work in an internet powered world that moves at 1 million stories a minute. What you did yesterday is already last year's news. This is why Harry and Meghan constantly have new projects, new drops, new releases, new appearances, a constant stream to keep them conscious in our minds. That's just how modern celebrity works. A long time ago, you maybe had 1 or 2 movies come out a year, and that was you good. Now you're gonna do the 1 or 2 movies and then try and get an endorsement deal and be on social media. If you want to stay relevant, it's very difficult now to keep people's attention just doing one thing, no matter how talented you are at that one thing. Beyonce is still giving you Adidas drops. William needs to remember what his mother stood for. Diana never wanted a crown, she wanted to be the queen of people's hearts, and William is so busy trying to push Charles out of the way to get the crown so that he can have an earlier coronation that he's not really doing anything to win the hearts of the nation he wants to rule. And this will be his downfall, his greed and his ego. That's all for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!